Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something on the show or you have a bright idea that you want to see us implement on this show, drop them in those comments below or hit us on any one of our social media outlets. Holla at us, we holla back. But first, let me introduce you to my co-host. You know him. He's our sports almanac here, and he goes by the name of Mr. Stephen Rubain. But we have a special guest, a new host that we're introducing to you today, also as well, and he goes by the name of Patrick Nagle. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. And Stephen Rubain, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Love the new setup. It's like a three-peat.
Oh yeah.
I like the three. I like the three. Looks good.
Now we're in perfect sync. How was you guys' week?
It's been a good one, man. A little slow on the sports side of things with baseball and spring training and NBA not quite to the playoffs yet, but March Madness heating up, hockey heating up. So a lot of NFL news, but other than that, I'm good. Sports is always top of my life. It's very important.
And Steve, are
Same
you back
here.
in California or are you in Carolina?
I'm back in Carolina. I'm so I keep going back and forth. I get confused. I'm in California this week.
Oh, okay.
Nice
Well,
and
this is
sunny
not just me.
California.
As you saw
Sunny,
during
windy
the
California.
monologue, I got tongue tied myself, and I'm glad you're mixed up as well.
But California, Carolina can get you a little tongue tied. But I'm glad to be back in California, nice and sunny and warm. So looking forward to March Madness around the corner.
Yes.
And I'm trying to get into this World Baseball Classic. Trying to.
Well, what's wrong? Why can't you get into it, Steve? It's very
we're going to
simple.
talk about tonight. Baseball got a serious issue with marketing. I don't know if it's marketing or if it's, I don't know what it is, but I didn't even know it started tonight. I thought it started on the weekend. I mean, that's how bad it's been as far as the product.
I guess you're trying to say it's almost as bad as boxing because Carissa Shields' fight was on the same day.
Yeah, and I had no clue. You told me about it. I said, she fought? Really? I didn't know. I mean, it's just.
Well, I'm guessing this is the best way to start it off. Let's start it off with baseball, the state of the game. I mean, this is America's game. This is the game that it transcends all nationalities, and we love baseball. What do you think is going on, Steve?
Well, like I said, I grew up in the era where baseball was still king. Baseball was the number one sport. NFL, of course, was growing. It was marketing on, but you had the era of Cal Ripkins. You had the era of Eddie Murray's, Reggie Jackson's. I mean, George Brett's. I mean, these were not just baseball players, but these were stars. These were celebrities. And for whatever reason, along the way, baseball has lost that luster among the baseball fans still love baseball, of course. They still pack the stadiums. You still have that love for it. But baseball just doesn't have the same appeal across the board that it used to have. And maybe Patrick can give me more, insight on it. But it seems like we have some huge huge baseball players now. They just don't get the love that they used to get back in the day.
So, Patrick, off of what Steve just said, what is your feeling of what's really going on with our sport, baseball?
Well, I agree with Steve and the fact that baseball isn't what it once was, and I think it has a lot to do simply with money. And I think that when you look at payroll, right? Payroll of the teams. When you talk about last year, 2025 opening day roster payrolls, you had, the number one team, the Mets, spending $323 million. Right. Then you have the last team, the Miami Marlins, spending $67 million. The disparity between the haves and the have-nots in baseball is really a problem, and so it doesn't build, the hometown fans. I can tell you, having grown up and lived in the Bay Area, you have the Oakland A's, right? The A's, they're not even there anymore, but they were basically a 4A farm team for the rest of Major League Baseball. And talk about turning your fans on, right? You root for the team, you bring up a player like Jason Giambi or a player like Marcus Simeon, or who are drafted and are brought up in the A's system, and then when they become superstars after a couple of years, the A's can no longer afford them and they trade them away. So, I think that's a problem with baseball, is the discrepancy between 323 million in payroll and 60 million in payroll is huge and vast. I mean, Steve, you're a big baseball guy. Wayne likes to refer to you as the Almanac. Can you name me one player on the Miami Marlins?
No way.
And that's
no
the problem.
Idea.
But I can go through the NFL. I could probably go through the NBA, and you could probably name a player on every team.
Every team, multiple players.
And to what you said about marketing, and you kind of hinted on it, they're not marketing their stars, right? Like, outside of Shohei Ohtani, who's being marketed in Major League Baseball to that you see on and that can only be linked back to money, right? Ad companies, they evaluate your Q rating, which would be the rating of if we invest in you, that the fans are going to in essence buy our product or see what we're thinking. Well, clearly baseball players have a horrible Q rating because almost none of them are doing endorsements, right? You're seeing college athletes doing more endorsements on your television and in your print media than you are baseball players.
But back in the day, I believe marketing was more baseball in general. Not
For sure.
It wasn't on the team to market. I believe baseball was doing a better job back in the day than they do now. I guess they like the beast is rolling and they just roll it out. And
I agree. But I mean, outside of large market teams, I mean, the top 5 in payroll: Mets, Dodgers, Yankees, Phillies, and the Blue Jays. All those teams north of 220 million.
So why do you believe it's like that? Why isn't it like the NFL where everybody's under the same salary cap, where one team that is in a big money market, it can't take advantage of that?
I think it's because the rules in baseball are different. NFL has profit sharing, right? If we, the NFL in essence all pools their money together, right? So when they sell media rights, when they sell their product out to be streamed or out to different things, every team shares in that money equally, whether you're the first place team or the last place team. All the a percentage of every jersey sold is pooled money. You get some, you keep your home money. The only money that's only all yours in the NFL is your revenue at the stadium and your concessions. Everything else is shared throughout the team because the merchandising of all things is shared throughout the league, right? Baseball doesn't have that. So individual markets sell their individual media rights. So in big markets like New York or Los Angeles, those media rights fetch huge dollars. So those teams have millions and millions of dollars to sell. If I'm in a small market, like for instance, Kansas City or Pittsburgh, I don't have that same money available. In fact, this year, it's gotten even worse, in my opinion, and going to turn the fan off even more because several of the, as I don't know if you are aware, but ESPN bought MLB, MLB.com, MLB.TV. So ESPN now owns that right. Because of that, several local markets, including here in Seattle, where the Mariners went to the ALCS last year, they no longer have a local team station broadcasting their games. So now you have to pay as a fan. You have to pay if I'm a Mariners fan in this market, I have to pay $149 a year to watch my own market team. But we're being bled dry by streaming services, right? As a sports fan, you got to have, I got to have Paramount, I got to have Peacock, I got to have Netflix, I got to have, I'm being bled dry. I'm not just paying my cable bill, right? The whole lure of streaming was, I get to cut the cord on the cable. I'll pay a price. I'll get it for a discounted price. But now we're right back to if I want to watch my home team play, I have to pay for it. I have to invest in it. And a lot of people especially in today's economy, they don't have $149 to invest in watching their hometown team play.
Yeah, well, me and Steve have talked about that plenty of time. The streaming services, especially when it comes to in baseball with the money disparity already, but in football, oh my goodness, I paid for YouTube TV to be able to watch every one of my games.
Right.
And that wasn't possible because some games you have to get Peacock. Some games, and even they had a temper tantrum during the season. I don't know if you knew this, but for a second there, they didn't have games when they were supposed to have them because of the temper tantrum. Because I believe YouTube thought that they were getting exclusive rights, and uh, the NFL threw them for a loop with
There is a
Peacock
class
and these
action
other ones.
lawsuit. There is a class action lawsuit for YouTube TV because subscribers beat that for false advertising, right? Because it says
Bingo.
right on the flyer, all out of market games, right? All out of market games.
Yes, sir.
Except, no, that's not true because there's the Netflix game, there's the Peacock game, and then there's the Amazon game. So there isn't there. You have to have all those services in order to watch all the games. And and I think with coming back to baseball and the state of the game, that just widens the gap of income even further because there's no revenue sharing, and so small market owners that aren't wealthy, right? They don't have billions upon billions of dollars. Yes, they own a team. They're
Right.
wealthy men. And women. I'm not saying they're not, but they don't have the same income stream that the Yankees have or that the Dodgers have. And I think that's why you're seeing, there's really only 2 or 3 teams, maybe 5 teams that are really competing for that top tier free agent to make your team, better and better. And, all the rest of the teams are kind of the also-rans. I mean, if I'm a fan of the Pittsburgh Pirates right now, like, what does I have to root for? I mean, the reality of my team going to the playoffs are probably pretty poor. I can't. They're already talking about trading Paul Skeens, their best player, their pitcher, because they're not going to be able to afford his next contract. They finished 20 games under 500 last year. Their payroll is $87 million, and they didn't add anyone of any notoriety this year. So what are they going to do? How are they going to compete? And I think that's, in a nutshell, the problem when you have half of baseball fans knowing that their team doesn't have a shot before opening day even happens.
Wow. So Steve, the Orioles, what type of money does your team have?
Actually, the Orioles had a very strong offseason. They picked up Pete Alonso, so they got the big hitter they needed. They got a closer. So the Orioles actually, for being a small market team, had a pretty strong offseason. But think about in baseball, you got 2 teams last year, the A's and the Rays, who played in minor league stadiums. I mean, baseball is in such bad shape now. And I mean, actually, as a Giants fan, because, in football, we have the Jets and Giants playing in the same stadium, the Rams and the Chargers playing in the same stadium. Why couldn't the A's have played in San Francisco for the 2 years waiting for the stadium to open in Vegas?
The easy answer is the A's didn't want to.
Well, but that's it. That's a sad example of baseball.
And
they could try to convert Santa Clara to.
We're talking about marketing. When baseball took marketing from the league and put it in the hands of each different market, and with the money disparity already, that kind of sums it up why it's bad marketing in baseball.
Yeah.
They don't have the money to spend for marketing.
There's something else too that I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole and bore anyone that's watching, but baseball.
I don't think you'd be doing too much boring because everybody loves baseball.
But baseball also has territory rights, right? And like you have territory rights over certain cities. So the A's actually had to get permission from the Giants to actually play in Sacramento. So because that belongs to the Giants' territory. And that's a very strange thing where, like, hey, I want to move my team, and they did a bad job of the whole thing and playing in the minor league stadium, as Steve said, when you have the Rays because of the hurricane and the A's, and I think the A's moving to Vegas is going to be horrible because Vegas is a 24/7 town, right? And I don't think they're going to have attendance like they think they're going to have. It's easy to sell out the Allegiant Field when the Raiders are there because that's 9 games and it's a destination, right? Everybody across the country. Hey, if I got to go to one away game, I'm going to go to Vegas.
I've told people once, I'll tell them twice. If Allegiant Stadium is something that we got to depend on for the A's to get a stadium that's going to be around in that realm, it's the Raiders have the best stadium.
They do
in the league.
I highly recommend to any fan out there, if you go to Vegas, Pay the $25, take the stadium tour. It's well worth it.
Oh,
it's
my
an
goodness.
amazing facility. Amazing facility. You won't regret it.
He's not lying. He's not lying at all. And so the A's are about to get the state-of-the-art stadium. It's going to be packed. I think it's going to be packed.
Their season ticket sales aren't
reflecting. We'll have to wait and see on that. It's not a baseball town.
When you have a 24-hour town like Las Vegas, right? That means a third of the population is working at any given time. A third has to be sleeping at any given time, and a third is available to participate in whatever you're doing. I don't think you can rely on the out-of-town fan coming to Vegas but even that's going to be weird. I mean, remember before San Diego built Petco Park, when I was stationed in the military there, the biggest joke in San Diego was at the old Jack Murph Stadium was the fan was full of the opposing team's fans because it was such a military town, right? It's like, the Giants are playing. There's 20,000 Giants fans and 1,000, Padre fans.
So Steve, what do you think they can do to make this better? Baseball has to step up. I mean, this is ridiculous. If the disparity in money is like that, so it's set up for those major market teams just to dominate all the time.
Well, they got to promote their stars. We had this talk at the end of the World Series last year. Baseball was on a high with that whole series. You couldn't get any higher with the Dodgers, and season ended. They're gone. Not on talk shows. They're not on any of the major outlets. They just
so baseball needs to stand behind these lesser markets and help promote like they did in the old days. If the team doesn't have the budget for it, because the team has to put the money definitely into the players, that means baseball should give each team a marketing budget.
Whatever.
Doesn't that make sense?
I think baseball needs to go to revenue sharing, and I think you need to have just like the NFL, you need to have a floor, right? You have a salary cap. Baseball has a luxury tax, which
I understand, but
they got to have a floor.
They haven't done it yet.
I know,
and it doesn't look like they're in no push to do it.
No, but they got to get the revenue sharing, and they got to be able to have the smaller market teams when they develop superstars, so that they can keep the superstars on their team, which means their local fans can be more engaged, and they can have viewership and have people want to play the game of baseball. They don't do enough outreach either. I mean, I think baseball is struggling. People are choosing to play other sports. Unfortunately, baseball, even though it's not an expensive sport to play, it's become like, kind of a sport of the affluent and those that have dispensable income. And I think it's pricing out the fans. And this is a show for the fans, about the fans. And at the end of the day, we, the fans, pay their salary. And it's reflected in the attendance of these lower bottom dwelling teams where they're averaging, 5,100 fans a night.
So I guess, the thing that people seem to gravitate to is a major market. These lesser markets, they have fans, but as you say, there's not going to be any push, no pull until baseball itself does what you said, and that's get the market sharing together.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, do we support baseball, or do we urge the fans to stand up to make them do what's right?
Well,
we're the ones that pay these salaries.
If you're asking me, that's a hard one, right? Because, I love the game and it's entertaining for me. I don't want to not watch it. But
to make change, you got to make sacrifice sometimes.
Sure.
And right now, you said there's how many major markets they get? That's 300 and some million.
The top five are north of 220. Yeah, top five are north of 220.
It's hands down. It's a no-brainer. I mean, when football back in the day, we blame the Cowboys because they had the richest owner, so he could get the best players on the team. The handwriting's on the wall. Baseball, stand up. People stand up. Let's get it together.
Salary cap save football. But let's be honest.
It makes sense. You want this game competitive? or do you want what you're getting? It's all in the fans' hand. If you go for it, they're going to go for it. It's in the fanatics' hands. If you don't watch it because they're not being fair, we push them to make changes. You can't. Those games when football, they put it on Peacock. I just didn't watch. I pay for YouTube to get every game. You got to stand up somewhere. I mean, we can't keep going for the okie doke, people. Stand up. If you want baseball to be better, let's do what football did to make it better. It's very simple. This is not a hard decision. Let's go.
Well, I do want to next week when we get into the team previews talk about the rule changes because I have a couple of comments I want to get into as far as the new rules coming in. I don't know. Just a teaser. One of the big rules this year is that now you're going to be able to challenge balls and strikes.
One
ABS system.
Yeah, one call.
So, but that is a huge, huge change in baseball. I mean, think about the Earl Weavers of the world, all those great managers who used to go crazy over balls and strikes, and they're probably rolling over in their graves now saying, "What? Why didn't they have this back in the 80s when I was losing a gasket because of a horrible umpire call?"
But it's funny how we talk about one sport and the problem that it has, and then let's push it over to football with officiating. And we do have, you can challenge plays, but there needs to be something when the fourth quarter comes, especially in the playoff bracket games, to where questionable things, we'll leave it at questionable things, need to be looked at a little more. Maybe give the refs that are on the field some help to where we can get a call. So where if the refs haven't done what they're supposed to do, at least get a call where we can look it over.
Yeah, I think I think you're onto that, Wayne. I think the truth is that the replay booth needs to be able to buzz down instead of it being from the field up. The replay booth needs to be able to buzz down and say, "Hey, we need to take a look at that. I don't think we got that right." The game is, there are two highest stakes in the game. The HD technology and super slow-mo and all that, we at home can see the game better than the ref on the field. And I want to be careful. The refs are doing a hard job. They're running with these monsters and athletic freaks and trying to see it with the naked eye. But the booth upstairs, it needs to be able to blow down onto the field and say, "Hey, hold on a second. We need to look at that. I don't think that's right." Hey, I want to circle back real quick. Someone here commented in the chat that the NBA needs to revenue share with the WNBA, and I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think the NBA does need to revenue share with the NBA. In most cases, the WNBA team is owned by the same ownership that owns the local NBA team, and I think if rising tide lifts all boats, and I think that's a perfect example of what needs to happen there.
Yeah, that's a win-win on both fronts. Win for the WNBA and win for the NBA.
That's from Seven Kevin's Art and Decor.
Yep. Okay. Love that comment. You're onto it. I agree with you 100%. Women's basketball is exciting, right? And it's different than the NBA, but it's an exciting game. It's more fundamentally sound, and because the girls aren't dunking all over the place, but they're playing tough, hard-nosed defense, and I love to see it, and I'd love to see the league continue to grow and give them the outlook they deserve.
That's a beautiful thing, and exactly. Let's make it happen.
Amen.
Only the fans pouring out and screaming out and saying what you want can make change. Because once the monster's rolling and the money's rolling in, they're not quick to make change. We got to make them make change. At least get at very least, call our game straight. But be straight. Let's be straight in baseball. Let's get it together. Let's move on down to NFL because there's a lot of movement going on, guys. It's a lot of movement going on. Steve, what's the movement that you see?
The one that influences me the most right now is Stephon Diggs. Looks like he's going to be released by the New England Patriots, the AFC champion New England Patriots, by the way. He needs to come home.
Everybody knows where he needs to go.
Washington Commanders.
Well, first off, he's
Oh, my
probably
goodness.
going to jail. Let's not forget he's got a legal case pending. You know, he might be going to jail.
Might happen. Man.
What did he do? What did he do?
If they can't arrest,
he had an altercation and put hands on some people. But
sometimes people need hands put on them. But
listen, if they can't get Antonio Brown in jail, and he's in jail, kill somebody, nothing's going to happen. Things will get off. I'm not worried about that.
But in other news, Tyreek Hill, where do we think he needs to go? Since you think that Diggs needs to go to Washington,
Kansas City,
back home. Go back home.
Go back home.
Is it burnt bridges out there?
Correct or wrong? He was wrong. I told you that when he left in the first place, he was wrong. Go back and rekindle whatever you have left.
But do you guys think it's burnt bridges out there?
I do.
He was talking a little smack about his ex QB once he got to.
Not a little. He was talking a lot.
They can make that up. That's all.
In all seriousness, with Tyreek, I think the real answer is A, can he get healthy, and B, can he still play at the same level he played at? Because he's all about speed, and without speed, he's not much. So we need to see if he can play.
And I'm gonna tell you, because I see you and Steve must have had a conversation, because
no, we didn't.
Tyreek Hill, there was nothing wrong with Tyreek Hill's speed. Tyreek Hill played for a team with a QB that could not get the ball to him with his speed.
No, I agree with that.
That was for knee.
That was before he got his leg broken off.
I mean, right now he's coming off a major knee injury.
That happened this year, guys.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if anyone's going to sign him unless he can prove he's healthy. He might be a guy that doesn't sign till like third or fourth week into the season, because I don't know if he's going to be healthy. He might be on the, he had
a nasty break, or was it unable to perform this?
He tore all the ligaments in his knee and broke his leg. I mean, he's coming back from major injury.
Right.
Wow.
And he's over 30 now. I mean, he's not a young buck. He's not like he's back at 20.
Listen, Steve is right. If he's healthy, Kansas City makes the most logical sense. But Andy Reid didn't exactly roll out the welcome mat when he was asked in the press conference.
No.
So I say we see on that. For me, the most interesting thing is Kyler Murray. So if you look at the quarterbacks, right, you got Kyler,
right,
Tua, Cousins, and Malik Willis. So you got three guys that have a track record in the NFL, with mixed results.
Wait. You forgot about Kirk Cousins.
No, I said Cousins.
Oh, okay.
So you got Kyler, Tua, Cousins, and Malik Willis. You got three of those four have a track record in the NFL, good or bad, depending on how you want to view it. And then you have Malik Willis, who has potential. So
wait a minute. Why are you guys going to Malik Willis? When Malik Willis came into the game for Green Bay, he looked better than average. He looked superhero-ish.
Well, Wayne, respectfully, the man has thrown exactly 155 passes in the NFL, and if you take his first,
go off of what he just did. So since he was bad before, you gonna go back to those? Not what he gave you lately.
Is there how many games has Malik Willis started in his NFL career?
That was back when he was on the team where he got drafted to, right?
Only 4.
Okay,
only 4. So the question I have is, look, I'm not arguing. Malik Willis might be the best of the 3 or the 4. However, like Cousins, love him or hate him, he's got a long track record. You know what you're going to get if you get him. Kyler has been great, and he's also been horrible. And Tua has been good and given in the right system, he could be good again. They have years of
so 1 to 4. Put them in order. 1 to 4.
My personal order?
Yeah.
My personal order, I'm by the hype on Malik Willis, but it's curious to see what NFL teams are going to do with him in terms of salary. Has he shown enough to get a $50 million, $40 million, $30 million a year contract?
No, but that's not what we're talking about right now.
That's starter money, right?
Right.
So Malik Willis would be my number 1. My number 2 would be Cousins, 3 would be Kyler, and 4 would be Tua.
And what's your order, Steve?
No, Kyler 1, Willis 2, Cousins 3, Tua 4.
And me, I'm going Cousins 1, Kyler 2, Willis 3, and in that fashion.
Mark my words.
How do you guys go past? How's Cousins not first?
Mark my words. Willis makes double the next closest guy in the NFL on this contract.
With just that little bit being shown?
Yep. He's intriguing. I need a starting quarterback. Am I going to turn my franchise over to Kyler? He's got maturity issues, right?
Willis looked better than Kyler to me.
I agree with you, but they come with baggage. Listen. If I have a veteran team, I'm signing Cousins right now and I'm plugging him in because
where do you think Cousins should go?
Pittsburgh.
Steve, where do you think Cousins should go?
Retirement home.
Retirement. I mean, is this a question?
Be serious, Steve. We know you don't like Kirk Cousins. Put him on the team, Steve.
Okay, you want to put him on the team?
I don't care what either one of you guys say. Kirk Cousins is he's done more than all these guys, and he should be first to be picked.
The Detroit Lions. He should be the backup behind Goff in the Lions. Go back to Michigan. The Lions need that in case Goff gets hurt. Cousins is a perfect fill-in.
Okay, so I'm with Patrick. I think he should go to the Steelers and make the Steelers
mediocre.
Mediocre.
They're a playoff team. You plug them in, they're a playoff team right now.
And that's their best chance of being a playoff team because I told Pittsburgh fans, you got rid of your best coach, your best chance, and you're getting a new guy in there. You need all the extra help you can get to make it there.
To use the Wayne analogy,
yes.
You just said what he's shown lately is a statement you just said 2 minutes ago.
Right.
So if you take the last 4 games of the season for Kirk Cousins,
right,
and the last 4 games of the season for Aaron Rodgers, right, it's hands down that Kirk Cousins played far superior to Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
Not even close. And if they're a playoff team with Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers.
Was that?
I don't even think they're looking at Aaron Rodgers. They have to be. It's too many QBs that's out there that's juicy that they can go get and compete.
Listen, I don't like Aaron Rodgers as a human being. I didn't like what he said today about fans. What to me, all that aside, just looking at his gameplay, the last couple of games of the season, he looked old and frail, and he looked almost afraid to get hit. And I think it's time for him to hang it up.
Yeah, you and Steve are gonna need to stop hanging out before the show because
I've been saying that for the last couple of years.
Steve, hey, and I'm not gonna have y'all talking about Aaron freaking Rodgers. He might be a horrible person, and a lot of wide receivers that played for him have said this. They didn't call him a horrible person, but they was just like, And I always wonder what was the issue over there when the Jordy Nelsons and the Jennings, how they just looked like they were just one, and they must be best friends. And then you hear these guys talk about them, it's like, say what?
Listen, all I know is to me, he did not look good the last couple of games.
Hey,
in my eyes, he didn't look good the last God knows how many years.
And I'm not gonna let you guys do that because how many years did Aaron Rodgers play for Pittsburgh?
1.
Come on, guys, stop it. I mean, there's only one Tom Brady.
He's a 21-year vet.
When Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, let's be honest. Tampa Bay was set up, running back set up, wide receivers, arguably 2 number ones, maybe 3 number ones. So it was an easy press and play. Sure. But come on, guys. When a quarterback goes to a team, he needs some time to get on time with the wide receivers, man.
But okay,
especially when you only have one supposedly dominant wide receiver.
I'm going to use your words against you.
Okay, use them.
Okay, he needs time to get in line with his receivers.
Yes.
And why does he wait until the day before training camp starts and miss all of OTAs and work out with the team to sign?
Thank you.
If he really cared that much about playing and building rapport with his receivers,
take your gun off me. First of all, when you're dealing with NFL big stars with the big heads and the big checks already, They don't come to those. They don't do that. So
But if I'm a veteran quarterback and I know that I don't have a lot of years left, I got to show up and play. So I'm gonna just say it straight up.
That was really slick.
Selfish.
That was really slick how you slid that in there, Patrick. But let me tell you, because I get into Steve. First of all, there are players and there are players. And when people are like, he said the same thing. You have a Patrick Mahomes, a guy that should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, but he's a guy that sits back and be like, no, pay this person because I need him on my team. No, pay this person where he wants to win. He wants a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
It's different from players like, let's say, a Lamar Jackson, a guy that got the so-called bag, who made all this money, but guess what? He's paid already. His mindset is not of a Patrick Mahomes. And we can go on and talk about other QBs who have the mindset for the game, that know the money's going to come as long as I play the game, but they want to win championships.
You know the difference, though? I'm going to step on this one. You know the difference? Patrick Mahomes has how many Super Bowls? 5.
Right.
How many rings? 3. How many league MVPs does he have? Maybe 1. Does he have 1?
Okay.
Now, Aaron Rodgers has 4 league MVPs. How many Super Bowls does he have? 1. How many wins does he have? 1.
Right.
That's the difference. So when you're comparing the two to each other, one's about winning and one's about me.
Respectfully, Wayne, I think you're talking about the Aaron Rodgers of 5, 6, 7 years ago. But the Aaron Rodgers of today, it's not the same guy. He's not the same player. He doesn't look the same. He doesn't play the same. He's not competing at the highest of levels, and he's not a top-tier quarterback anymore.
But even the Aaron Rodgers of 5, 6 years ago, he was still about himself. We had this argument. We started talking on the show about this 6 years ago.
But at least he was backing up his
out of town. What was that? He ran out Holmgren. Then they hired McCarthy. He got the ring with McCarthy. Then what happened?
He ran his ass out.
He ran his ass out too. And guys the talent he had, all of them left. And who did they bring in to replace them? Nobody. Because nobody wanted to play for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers would sit there and say, oh, because it's Green Bay. Nobody wants to go play in Green Bay. It's too cold. No.
People are going to go. Money spends the same. Their money spends the same.
See where they're going to win.
I'm just
I can say this. Kansas City is cold in the wintertime.
I'm just going to say this, and then we can drop it, is that Aaron's act is old, man. I mean, he's playing this game. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to come back. I mean, how many years have we had to deal with this, right? Oh, I might come back. He holds those teams hostages. Oh, I'm thinking about it. I haven't made a decision yet. I need to go my silent retreat or go smoke ayahuasca or whatever the hell he's going to do. Yeah. And yet, and is the juice worth the squeeze? And the answer is no. And he's not that guy anymore. And it's time to let him go. You're going to have to let him go, Wayne. Let him go.
Hey, look. Let me explain something to you guys. I'm diehard Carolina, but
me too.
The same arguments these people were saying about my guy Bryce Young, and this is my same thing. When anybody gets to a team, you have to give them time to gel. Period. Now, I understand you guys you don't like Aaron Rodgers, and yes, I am an Aaron freaking Rodgers fan. But guess what? He was on the team for 1 year. They made it to the playoffs with hardly nothing.
How many games did he play last year, Wayne?
Okay.
He missed a bunch because he broke his little chicken wing because he's old and frail.
Stop throwing rocks at me. I get what you're saying.
Here you go, Wayne. I'm going to leave you with one last stat on this topic. Go ahead. Do you know the only undefeated player to ever play in any sport?
No, you got me.
It's Father Time. No one beats Father Time. And Aaron Rodgers is right there. It is time. He is not the guy you're talking about.
It's easy to say when after a bad season. It's easy. I get it. I get it. I understand.
Statistically, when's the last time he was statistically relevant?
I get it. There's you got me. You already shot me down. I understand. I get it. I get it. Oh, look, they got people laughing.
Not the chicken wing, baby. Come on.
Yeah, chicken.
Hey.
I'm just so happy to have somebody else on my side. The argument I've been having for years and years.
I'm with you on Rodgers. I'm not with you on Cousins. It's okay. We're gonna get there.
And I'm just all about giving anybody when they get a chance a fair shot at a chance.
You understand?
And when you evaluate people, you have to evaluate them at least with a grain of salt when they're just placed in. Period.
Did you hear what he said about
the fans my today? Kirk Cousins argument?
Hey, I can't control the type of, just like I can't control the baseball officials for letting this go on for so long.
He said fans are horrible people.
Hey. And some fans are horrible people, right?
Well, I mean,
hey, Aaron, newsflash for you, dog.
I'm sure the
NFL I don't pay your salary, you don't have a job.
Exactly.
This is true.
He cashed that paycheck in that they're paying to buy those seats.
He loved me all the way to the bank.
You have nothing. That's here at Blow the Whistle Sports, we're all about the fans, the fanatics, the people who pay the money for these tickets, for these big salaries for these guys to get. The people who, brave harsh weather just to sit and watch the game, to have a beer, to relax, to get off work and view a good game. We have to protect the people. And as much as I hate to admit, okay, you guys are right. When you get tired of somebody, but hey, look, I'm writing them off only because of what he said. You can't talk about the fans that way.
No. F him. I wouldn't want him anywhere near my team.
Never step on an NFL field again.
Oh, he's throwing rocks.
I don't want him in my locker room. I don't want him teaching my young players to know they can show up on the last day of OTAs and not gel with the team and be like, I'm Aaron freaking Rodgers and we can just do whatever.
Oh, my goodness. You guys are nothing nice.
Hey, Glenn, we're doubling up on him right now because you should see what he does to us behind the scenes. So it's on, baby.
Hey, Glenn. Yeah. That's another Carolina brother right there. Hey, shout out to you, sir. Hey, stay tuned for Panthers Corner. We're gonna get one to you really soon. And hey, man, we want to hear something from you. Tune into that too. Also, thank you guys for tuning in. We love talking sports with you guys. Drop comments and we will respond. We will say what's up. You can give us an opinion. You can tell us what you think. If you thought that we didn't say something to your liking, say it so we can let you know that we were right and you were wrong.
We'll correct you. We'll correct you.
Most importantly, for all those watching, let us know that Steve and I were right and Wayne is wrong about Aaron Rodgers.
You guys know that's not going to happen. But next week, same time, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Blow the Whistle Sports. We'll see you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thank y'all.
All right, peace out.
Peace out.